Life can be pretty mad sometimes, you know? But you can always find a reason to come in here, settle down, strip off, and there you go. A few minutes of happiness. I mean, when you sit down, it's like a mini holiday. You could just close your eyes, drift away. You know, I learned not so long ago that it's only when you're on the toilet that your body can completely relax. You see, normally your sphincter muscles contracted 24 hours a day. You spend a lot of energy with this muscle, just keeping whatever's up there from just spilling out all over the place at an inopportune moment. But when you've really got to let it go, your body's got to relax. I guess that's why it's such a relief when you finally let it go. I mean, you really are relieving yourself. So there you are, finally able to relax in every way possible, and soon it becomes a state of mind. You're able to think straight, take stock of everything, or just plain chill. It's like a form of meditation. You flush away your ego and get a little piece of nirvana. I, for one, get a massive amount of reading done in here. Why, just in the last month, I've been through Anna Karenina, A Brief History of Time, and How to Be a Domestic Goddess. Oh, well, on the John. I mean, there's so much education that goes on in here that half the people who come in for a whiz should be able to leave with a degree. But then if you're really lucky, you get the moment of clarity. A little toilet revelation where suddenly everything becomes clear. Where you put those keys? The solution to that multiplication formula. Who shot JFK? It's all here, singing from the toilet paper and the dripping taps. They may not admit it, and you may not know it, but all the world's greatest thinkers have formulated their earth-shattering epiphanies while sitting on the shitter. Descartes? I'll use the sink, therefore I am. I mean, Shakespeare wonders, to pee or not to pee? Einstein takes a dump. E equals MC squared. I'm willing to place money on there being a historical inaccuracy regarding Archimedes being in the bath when he shouted Eureka. Strange and wonderful things happen in toilets. And not just for members of the Mile High Club. The real changes to our world weren't born in government chambers or on holy mountaintops. No, my friends, they're here. The next big thing is just a flush away.
Well, you know, times used to be that people used latrines and would just throw their raw excrement straight into the gutter. Of course, modern civilization and the advent of the flush toilet means there's absolutely no reason anyone could have ever at all to just throw their raw shite into the street.
Let me tell you, funny little story about the time I was in the South Pacific, New Hebrides it was. I was out there as part of an educational program, you know, teach the little buggers some English. Well, thing was, when I arrived, you know, tribal dances in the village, dusky willing maidens and all that, no bally toilet. I was expected to crap in the village latrine like every other bugger. Filthy little hole in the ground full of flies and mosquitoes and alligators. Well, I wasn't standing for that, let me tell you. So what I did was, I called over the head honcho, Jim. I said, Jim, I want you to build me a toilet. Well, it was about that time that the neighbors stole our bally kitchen. Lovely kitchen it was, all bamboo and palm leaves and other sort of native paraphernalia. Well, they made off with it all together to build some sort of heathen idol, I expect. Left just some corrugated iron and bits of wood behind. So what head honcho did was, he called over the kiddies, pointed them to that pile of rubbish and said, "Kids, build Mr. Harry a toilet from all of that." Well, I didn't expect them to manage it, but do you know, resourceful little buggers out there, they bloody well went and built it. A toilet from a kitchen, what? Beautiful toilet it was. It had a padlock and everything, a little wooden platform to squat on, and bless their little hearts, they'd even gathered some coral beach to cover the floor with. I tell you, there's no pleasure greater to a man than to have his own toilet to crap on when the diarrhea is flowing. Thing is, that's not the whole story. There comes a time when a man's out for a little jaunt through the bush, when he just can't hold in any longer. There comes a time when you just have to deposit your deposits. Well, when that time comes, you just have to rely on a little friend. So I always carried my trusty trowel. With a trowel, you can never go wrong. What you do is dig a little hole, undo your breeches, squat down on your haunches, and ready to go.
I was told by the ancient masters that paper comes from trees, and trees derive their energy from nature. Now, consider the leaf. The leaf also derives its energies directly from nature. So in the grand scheme of things, what then is the distinction between paper on one hand and a leaf on the other? Considering the universe as a whole, when in equilibrium, we are all united.